Hi, everybody. Today I am talking about what to do when you can't get that cortisone injection. So maybe you can't get that cortisone injection because you're going out of town, your doctor's going out of town, your insurance didn't approve it, you get side effects from it, from the cortisone injections. So your doctor says they aren't right for you anymore, or they stopped working, so your doctor says they aren't right for you anymore, or you just don't want them for whatever reason. Maybe you have diabetes and your sugar spikes after you get the cortisone injection. Whatever the reason is, what can you do now? You're in so much pain, you can't deal with that pain anymore. You have to do something. So what is it that you want to do? So I'm glad you asked, because this is the question I get asked all the time. So at some point, all of my clients have wanted to go off of the cortisone injections at some point. Sometimes it's before we meet because they want to, they just have to get off the cortisone injection, and then they find me. Or maybe we've already been working together and they realize, oh, these cortisone injections aren't working as well as they used to, or I just don't want to be on them anymore, or whatever the reason. But at some point, most everybody I work with has that thought process. So that's what I help guide them through. And the biggest thing that you need to do to get off the cortisone injections is to get rid of the inflammation that you have anyway. So how do you do that? How do you get rid of the inflammation? Well, if it's local inflammation, you can do ice, heat. If it's a larger area in the body, maybe it's your back, and do an Epsom salt bath, a hot bath for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I have a whole guide on this if you would like it. And those will work for a limited amount of time, usually for the amount of time that you are using them for. So I usually recommend people do the hot bath before bed, because then they can calm down the pain enough to get to sleep. And then they're sleeping, so most of them will feel fine. Sometimes they wake up in the middle of the night, and I have other techniques to do with that. And so those are some things that you can do. So ice or a hot pack, or getting in a hot bath if it's a bigger surface area. You can exercise. So exercise helps relieve pain, but what kind of exercise? So in this YouTube channel, I have a whole bunch of exercises that are safe to do with arthritis pain, with joint pain. You have to find something that works for you. You won't find anything from a HIIT workout or box jumps or anything like that. I just have found that my clients don't tolerate them well. Those are great exercises to do for some people. I've just found that the people who found my channel, they don't tolerate those kinds of things well. So search on this YouTube channel for a bunch of exercises that you can do. And really, it's the consistency. So getting in a routine of exercising 30 minutes a day, maybe that's walking 30 minutes a day, maybe that's doing a variety of the exercises on this channel every day, and getting into the routine, not just doing one-offs, because the one-offs are what's going to flare you up. And so you want to be exercising consistently. Maybe you start with 5 minutes one day, and 6 months from now, you're able to do the 30 minutes a day. I don't know what that timeline looks like for you, but start where you can and work up to your goal. Set a goal. I do recommend that goal be 30 minutes a day. You might not be starting there. So that's another thing you can do, is you can exercise every day. And then the next thing to do is control the inflammation by handling what you eat. So I'm not saying take supplements. I hear turmeric can decrease inflammation. I'm not talking about adding things to your meal plan. I'm talking about taking things away. Take away the things that are inflaming you. For some, that's gluten. For some, that's dairy. For most, it's sugar. Sugar is great. It's so sweet and it's so tasty, but it wreaks havoc on your body. and it causes so many other problems. And not a little bit is fine. I eat sugar. I had some candy last night. It's not the little amounts that are the problem. It's that sugar is in absolutely everything now. Even if you get a salad at a restaurant, probably some sugar in it, definitely in the dressing. So eliminating your sugar intake, and I am talking about absolutely stopping refined sugar intake for a month. Go off it completely for a month. Don't go cold turkey. That won't work. I recommend easing into it. And then once you're off of it, that whole month, no refined sugar. And that can help reset your body for those inflammatory factors. So those are my recommendations for what you can do if you can't do those cortisone injections anymore. So you can do the localized treatments of ice, heat, Epsom salt baths. Then I do recommend getting into a consistent exercise routine and then controlling what you are putting in your body to control that inflammation. So not adding supplements to knock out the inflammation, but prevent the inflammation from setting in the first place. And usually for most people, that's cutting out sugar. Okay, if you want more tips and advice, I have 2 links in the comments. So one is a link to my free Facebook community. I talk about these kinds of things every day. I go live in the Facebook group 2 to 3 times a week to talk about the different things that can help you relieve joint pain from your arthritis, from your chronic inflammation. And I answer my group members' questions directly in there with those videos. And then I also have a link here that if you're looking for ways to loosen up your joints throughout the day, I'm going to put that link in here as well. That is one of my most sought after pieces of information to just feel better throughout the day. You've been sitting for a while, or, just overall need something to make you feel better right now. I'll link that in here as well. And if you have other things that you'd like me to address here, go ahead and make a comment, and I hope to see you in the Facebook group, and I'll definitely talk to you soon here.